My sister hired a random photographer over me, so I walked out with my cameras in hand. I showed up to my sister's wedding, and they handed me a neon wristband that meant I wasn't allowed in the reception. I'm Andrew, 32, and I shoot weddings for a living. My sister Megan and I aren't super close, but we aren't enemies either, so I was happy when she got engaged. 3 months before the wedding, Megan called me stressed about money. The venue cost more than expected, and her fiancé Scott's startup wasn't paying him yet. She sounded like she'd been crying, so I said, I'll photograph the whole wedding for free. My normal packages start around $4,000, but I told her I'd do everything. She cried and kept saying I was saving the day. After that, I tried to plan with her like I do with clients, but she got weird. Anytime I asked about the schedule or venue rules, she'd dodge and say, we'll figure it out. Then she started saying, our photography team will love that. When I asked what team, she'd laugh and change the subject. I told myself she was just overwhelmed. Then at the rehearsal dinner, I showed up with my camera bag, thinking I'd grab a few candid shots. That's when I met Justin, a 22-year-old kid with a basic DSLR. Megan introduced him fast and said, Justin's going to help with photos too. Scott jumped in right away. Justin shot my cousin's wedding. He really captured the vibe. More authentic, not all posed and corporate. The word corporate felt like a slap because it was clearly aimed at me. Then Megan said, we were thinking Justin could take the lead. You can be backup. I just stared at her. Megan, we talked about this. I'm doing your wedding. She shrugged like it wasn't a big deal. Backup, just in case he misses something. I sat there through dinner feeling like an idiot, watching Scott act like he'd won. That night I debated not showing up at all, but she was still my sister, so I told myself I'd show up and be professional. Wedding morning, I arrived with my gear and checked in with the venue coordinator. She stopped me and handed me a bright orange wristband. She said, orange is ceremony only. Reception is for essential vendors on the approved list. I laughed because I thought it was a mistake. I'm the photographer, I said, and I'm the bride's brother. She looked at her clipboard and said, you're listed as backup photography. Primary is Justin Morrison. He has full access. My face went hot. My hands were shaking. Across the room, Justin was already near the altar with a shiny silver VIP band like he owned the place. Even the florist had better access than me. I pulled out my phone and texted Megan, are you serious about this wristband? No reply. I tried calling, but it went to voicemail because she was getting ready. The coordinator even warned me security would stop me at the reception doors. I walked up to Justin and said, hey, do you have a shot list? Do you know the lighting rules here? He gave me a quick smile and said, I'm good, man. They want it simple. Then I heard the maid of honor whisper, orange bands are for non-essential people. Then she added, like if the real photographer doesn't show up? They laughed, and I was close enough to hear every word. I walked into the ceremony space anyway, and watched Justin mess around with his camera. He kept shooting in full auto, flash popping at the wrong times. He stepped into the aisle to get the shot, and almost blocked the officiant. He missed a hug between Megan and our mom because he was staring at his screen. That was it for me. I didn't yell, I didn't argue. I just turned around, went to my car, and started packing my cases into the trunk. I had barely gotten started when Megan came running out in her getting ready robe, hair half pinned, mascara already smudging. Andrew, what are you doing? Where are you going? She asked. I held up the orange wristband. Non-essential people don't need to be here, I said. Her voice shook. But what if Justin messes up? What if his camera breaks? I kept packing. Guess you should have thought of that before you made me back up. She grabbed my arm. Andrew, I'm sorry. Scott pushed for it and I didn't want to fight today. Please, just stay and shoot. Right then, Scott walked out, annoyed like I was the problem. Dude, don't be dramatic. We just wanted a different style, he said. Different style is fine, I said, pointing toward the ceremony space. But he's already missing moments, right in front of us, during the ceremony. Scott rolled his eyes and said, we don't need you acting like you own the day. Megan started crying harder, and I could see guests arriving at the gate, staring at her in a robe in the parking lot, whispering softly. I shut my trunk and took a breath. You picked your photographer, I told her. Let him do it. She said my name like a plea. I got in my car, started the engine, and drove away while she stood there crying, and the wedding was about to start. Now they're saying I ruined her wedding by leaving. Was I wrong?